Benjamin Henry Bonneville Latrobe, May 1, 1764, September 3, 1820, was a British subject and neoclassical architect. Latrobe was one of the first formally trained, professional architects in the United States, drawing influences from his travels in Italy, as well as British and French neoclassical architects such as Claude Nicolas Ledoux. In his 30s, he immigrated to the United States and designed the United States Capitol, on Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C., after which he performed later work on the Old Baltimore Cathedral, the Baltimore Basilica, later renamed the Basilica of the National Shrine of the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary. It is the first Roman Catholic cathedral constructed in the United States. Latrobe also designed the largest structure in America at the time, the Merchants Exchange in Baltimore. With extensive balconied atriums through the wings and a large central rotunda under a low dome which dominated the city and was completed in 1820 after 5 years of work and endured into the early 20th century. Latrobe emigrated to the U.S. in 1796, initially settling in Virginia where he worked on the Virginia State Penitentiary in Richmond. Latrobe then moved to Philadelphia where he established his practice. In 1803, he was hired as surveyor of the public buildings of the United States, and spent much of the next 14 years working on projects in the new national capital of Washington, D.C., in the newly laid out federal capital of the District of Columbia, where he served as the second architect of the capital. Latrobe spent the later years of his life in New Orleans, Louisiana working on a waterworks project, and died there in 1820 from yellow fever. Latrobe has been called the father of American architecture. He was also the uncle of Charles Latrobe, who was the first Lieutenant Governor of Victoria in Australia. Latrobe was born on May 1, 1764, at the Fulneck Moravian settlement, near Pudsey in the city of Leeds, in the West Riding of Yorkshire, England. His parents were the Reverend Benjamin Latrobe, a leader of the Moravian Church who was of Huguenot, French Protestant, ancestry, and Anna Margaret Antes to a German father and maternal Dutch descent. Antes was born in the American colony of Pennsylvania, but was sent to England by her father, a wealthy landowner, to attend a Moravian school at Fulneck. Latrobe's father, who was responsible for all Moravian schools and establishments in Britain, had an extensive circle of friends in the higher ranks of society. He stressed the importance of education, scholarship, and the value of social exchange, while Latrobe's mother instilled in her son a curiosity and interest in America. From a young age, Benjamin Henry Latrobe enjoyed drawing landscapes and buildings. He was a brother of Moravian leader and musical composer Christian Ignatius Latrobe. In 1776, at the age of 12, Latrobe was sent away to a Moravian school at Niesky in Upper Lusatia, near the border of the German principalities of Saxony and Prussia, where his brother was studying. At age 18, he spent several months traveling around Germany, and then joined the Royal Prussian Army, becoming close friends with a distinguished officer in the United States Army. Latrobe may also have served briefly in the Austrian Imperial Army, and suffered some injuries or illness. After recovering, he embarked on a continental grand tour, visiting eastern Saxony, Paris, Italy, and other places. Through his education and travels, Latrobe mastered German, French, ancient and modern Greek, and Latin, had advanced ability in Italian and Spanish, and some knowledge of Hebrew. Latrobe was elected a member of the American Antiquarian Society in 1815. His son, Benjamin Henry Latrobe, II, sometimes referred to as Jr., also worked as a civil engineer. In 1827, he joined the newly organized Baltimore and Ohio Railroad and designed the longest, most challenging bridge on its initial route, the curving Thomas Viaduct, the third of four multi-arched viaducts. Another son, John H. P. Latrobe, 1803–91, was a noted civic leader, lawyer, author, historian, artist, inventor, intellectual, and social activist in Maryland. A grandson, Charles Hazlehurst Latrobe, also continued the tradition of architect and engineer, building bridges for the city and the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad. Latrobe Park in South Baltimore is named for the family, as is Latrobe Park, New Orleans, in the French Quarter.